Plasty with our own
with the bottle.
eyes. Oh, is he going mid?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he is. Queued up bottle. All right, how's that go into this Ember Spirit? What do we anticipate happening in that matchup?
You should be crushing him, right? Like, you're an Underlord after all. He's gonna find some farm, definitely, but Underlord into any melee on mid lane feels good.
It's going to be interesting to see how he goes about playing that lane matchup. Paparazzi probably won't be happy to see Dust in this mid lane, but we shall see. Also, I'm very intrigued to see that IG, throughout most of this tour, they stuck to Emo being mid and Dust being in the safe lane. I love that they waited until the last 2 days to go back to these swapping shenanigans. But it seems more considered, not as haphazard as it sometimes did in Tour 2.
I still don't like it, though. It's like Emo is, yeah, we're about to lose, I need to carry. Dust, here you go, Underlords, have fun.
Being thrown to the wolves here. Worked out last time around that they ended up doing this up against some pretty strong opposition. Let's see how it goes here in game 2, though, as we have our first start breaking out. QIQX found a very decent Venomous Gale, but he's losing too much HP. They need to get the Venom out of here. They can't do it, so he does end up dead. First blood drawn by Xtreme Gaming. And let's see if they get these bounties. Although, after what happened in game 1, maybe they don't want 3 bounties. You just want 2.
I feel like Venom used to be the strongest hero in these early game engagements, but ever since Blood Grenade is a thing, and he's still strong, but Blood Grenade it replaces him a little bit. Emo.
He should be fine. He's not going to be happy about what's happening. Should be okay, though. So regen quite a bit, though, before approaching the lane.
I think you even go base at this point or something. Or just block a lot, I guess. Yeah, he's going to be... he'll heal up very fast. He's a Morphling after all.
So let's get into it for game 2, XG. Just one game. If they win this, they go to the major. If not, well, we have a much more interesting day.
Yep.
So which lane are we looking towards here, Liz? Where is the action going to be breaking out?
I feel like there's a lot of potential on all of these sides. On top lane, I feel that there's even maybe a bit more potential on Emo and QIQX to kill off Bad, but as I say that, QIQX is about to fall.
Like gets hit with the flame break back.
Yeah.
They end up bringing him down. Man, your Caustic Curse has been on point these last 2 days as well.
Today in particular. I agree. The Blood Grenade was awesome, right? The Flame Break, Blood Grenade. I don't know, I see Venom, I'm thinking, yeah, this lane should be solid for him. But Morphling doesn't contribute way too much this early on.
Morphling gonna be struggling for a little bit. On the other side of the map, we have Ghost and DY versus PYW and Shangya. And DY taking a bit of damage there and showing us potentially what could end up happening to him once Timber Chain is available on this Timber Soul.
Which will be like level 4, right? So up to that point, he should be fine. But as I say that, his Timber Saw probably gonna get it level 2 instantly. And he does it.
And indeed he does get it at level 2. But he had to get it. He was being aggressed into by this Naga.
Yeah.
So it was the right call.
It was, sort of, because he doesn't have reactive armor, right? Like, so that might hurt him a little bit, but at the same time, his aggressive power is much, much stronger with this build.
How does this mid lane go? Right now, it is mostly even in the CS department. You said that you anticipate this Dust Underlord being able to do really, really well. I imagine once we get the second point atrophy, it starts to get a little bit easier for him, right?
You need to do the invert lizard today. Everything that I say, you just by the power of -1.
The inverted lizard, right. That's funny.
He's 16-2 on Ember, so he's doing extremely well here, Paparazzi versus Dust. And I really feel that the Underlord should be doing a bit better. He's missing a couple of last hits. It's not even the denies.
Well, to be fair, Paparazzi is a phenomenal laner himself. So maybe Dust falling a little bit behind on that regard, but he should still be A-okay himself. What do you want to see him build, actually, Underlord, now that he is playing from the mid lane? Is that going to change his usual progress and itemization?
Like, if you click on him, he's queuing up QI, QX first. We're gonna salute this brave Venomancer as he bites the dust once again. But the dust himself, I don't know, he's queued up some bracers, some Vanguard, some Arcane Boots. I thought maybe Atos wouldn't be that bad for some extra catch. You know, like the good old Underlord with Atos. In a game such as this one, bottom lane DY.
Bottom. All right, well, we knew this was coming.
Yeah.
Timber chain into him. And now it does not get any easier from this point out because not only do they have that aggressive posture, but Timbersaw will now have the levels to defend himself as well.
Yeah, it's still level 1 armor, so not the greatest, but he has Ring of Health on top of it, Magic Wand. Yeah, probably should not be dying in this lane. PY dub though.
He might try go for PY dub. He's falling low. He does end up dead to the blast off of DY. Killed even through the Shadow Realm. And Shangyu, unfortunately, can do absolutely nothing about this. Just watch his comrade die.
Yeah, like, luckily for him, he's a Timbersaw, so he just stays in that lane, right? You can't really zone him out even with 2 heroes. One of the best parts about having a Timber on your side is that you can leave him.
Doesn't require that many resources to take care of this guy and look after him.
Yeah, Underlord did queue up Atos after all, so he will be building that, hopefully. I would like to see it. Some utility as well would be nice, but I feel like Underlord in this game could go for the good old Atos Radiance build. Like, it's kind of old school, but versus Naga, I feel
no idea
pretty solid.
How happy I would be to see it. If I saw that Radiance build on Underlord, I'd be ecstatic. So Dust, please do the right thing. Finish the Atos for the sake of catching the Ember, and then finish the Radiance for the sake of entertaining us and dealing with the Naga. Thank you.
Yeah, it would be a bit greedier, I guess. So maybe because of that we won't see it, but I won't mind it. Paparazzi gets some Gale on mid lane, but he's already level 6. Can easily get away.
He should be fine. He has been outstripping Dust quite well on his Underlord.
PY'd up. Bottom lane, Kaka has rotated in. He should be dead.
We're gonna be finding a blast off here through the Shadow Realm. It does hit PYW, and with the Flame Break back, he is dead for sure. Okay, good move. And you're talking now about this Timbersaw, how you can leave him alone. Similar things are true of the Tidehunter, so you don't feel bad at all having made this movement, leaving Tide alone versus Morphling.
Yeah, the only difference is JT is going to be maybe the same problem as the Timber in this game, because like, sometimes Tidehunters, they're all about the Ravage, but this Tide, he's going for Helm of Dominator, actually, and he's gonna have it in a couple of seconds now. So he will try and pressure your lane. Dust.
They're coming middle onto Dust, and they're trying to kill him off here. Paparazzi does have the Remnant forward, and they do have the damage to get the kill. Kaka gets the credit, and they're still trying to maybe make a move onto JT, but they don't have enough damage in the top lane.
Yeah, that's just not happening. Way too big of a watermelon.
Dire are scanning.
See what
Melon
creep does
Man
he take.
doing his thing.
Okay, the Satire. Yeah, it's a decent option. Not my favorite one, but gives you some of that unholy aura, which is really nice.
Get some of that regen.
Yeah, in before he
JT.
zaps the Morphling with Shockwave.
Dude, if you can kill a Morphling with Hadouken, then it's just destiny. You're supposed to win this game. Valve itself, IceFrog himself has deemed it necessary.
So you have that feeling as well, right? Sometimes Gaben himself watches the game and he makes sure, he writes in a command that you win it, and that's it, right? Like, you cannot lose that game. Yeah, I know what you mean. I've had those games.
Those games where literally everything's perfect. Like, you find the perfect rune at the perfect time. You find the perfect camps. Every smoke gank works out. Your supports are de-warding perfectly every time. It's magical.
Yeah, for now, though,
Feels good.
Hadouken will be used more for stacking. QY, QX, meanwhile, will be used for
Dead
killing.
again.
Yeah.
That's actually quite a big problem. He's died several times. Need to find some revenge here. Dust does get the Pit of Malice out onto DY. And they enable the catch-up and the kill. So 4th death on the Venom Monster. Only the 2nd on the Techies, but we finally do get to see Dust involved in the game. And sadly, he's not playing a very dynamic and mobile hero. So it's very beneficial for him when the kills can come in his direction rather than him searching them out on the map.
Yeah, I have to admit though, I was praising Venomancer as a hero. It hasn't been living up to its potential so far.
It's the Caster's curse, man. What can you do?
Yeah, whatever happens, Caster's curse.
Yeah.
What's happening on bot? So Timber so far, Vanguard, Arcanes, just easily soloing this lane. Naga still should not be falling to anyone. Doesn't have Song of the Siren, but still. Ghost is finding a lot of farm. I feel like a really good thing for Xtreme Gaming is December. He's had a really good lane. He's way more mobile, obviously, than the Underlord. You can see the Dust. Like he's rotating down bottom, but Amber already on top taking your tower.
Amber and the gang, they're gonna get the tower, and sadly, the same move can't really come out of IG as they have a markedly different draft. The one big problem I have with this IG draft is that it's so reliant on Emo to win this game. Like, there's so many chips into this Morphling. So if he doesn't perform, there's no real fallback plan here. It's not the kind of game I anticipate Timber being able to go like 1v9 in. So we need this Morphling for damage, especially because Dust, he might not be the person to deliver it in a sustainable fashion on this Underlord. So just a bit too slow.
Yeah, and he's actually going for Vanguard first before the ATOS. I do like the Vanguard, I don't mind it. It just feels, if you're on mid, it feels like maybe an overkill, not sure. Maybe getting an ATOS enables you a bit faster. You can mirror these movements, actually join the game, but with Vanguard, you can be that beast, you know, that just stands in front, defends towers. A different approach.
Well, IG has been the team that has been very well versed in bringing us different things all across this DPC tour. Right now, though, they are suffering a fairly hefty gold deficit, which they are going to try to recover by taking in some Ancients. Shangyu will farm these up, get closer towards his Sanj and Kaya. But the hero I'm really worried about is this Morphling. How long is it going to take, Liz, before Emo can actually do effective things on this map? Doesn't have any items just yet.
God,
still just finishing the Yasha.
I'm sorry, but Kaka might die. Yeah, he almost died there, just flying through them. Let's look at net worth of Tidehunter, 6k. Go away, Amber, stop it. You're ruining my math.
I think Ember stole about 200 gold and Tidehunter got about 450.
Yeah.
It's a lot of gold that he got.
A lot of it, yeah. And what's he building into? So just a pipe afterwards? But that was the juiciest stack I've seen in a while. And he has another one on the left side of Ancients. Like, he has been stacking it with Satire.
Well, JT, the real carry, mid lane, QIQX, almost got killed off by Paparazzi. But Papa did not want to make the full jump. This tower middle is still actually at full HP on the Dire side. Between QIQX and Dust, I don't think you ever have any road to actually touching this tower.
Look at JT.
They're going to take a Dark Rift. They're going to the top lane to try and get this Dark Rift kill onto Kaka. And they will manage to do so. Dust and the crew also just give PYW a ride back to mid. Thanks for the express trip to the fountain.
Yeah, I love this Satire. I love the JT just stealing the creeps away from Paparazzi mid. Yeah, he's like, come follow me, boys. Let's go.
That's so funny, actually.
Who is he gonna take this to? That's the only question. Is he gonna get it? Is this like some selfless move? Is he gonna let the Satire die? What's happening?
Okay, here comes Paparazzi.
Okay, Satire actually gets killed off. So he just made like a big wave on mid. And Paparazzi is gonna farm it.
Nice.
Interesting.
Thanks for stacking up my wave, buddy. You're playing support 13 minutes in through the mid lane. I appreciate it.
I'm just like thinking, JT is a kind of a guy that strikes me, he'd do that for fun even, right? But it's not for fun. It enabled Ember, I guess, to be a bit more active on the map, because he doesn't have to farm mid, it's being pushed in anyway. Interesting move, in any case.
These are those next level strats that we love to see. Teaching us some things about how to play this modern map in Dota 2. So JT, also not like he's not keeping up with his own farm, as he is still the net worth leader on the map by quite some margin. Feeling very healthy about himself. However, even though the gold lead has increased in favor of Xtreme Gaming from 3k to 4, they are starting to find some of their items on the side of Invictus Gaming as well. We have the full Vanguard Sanj for the Timbersaw. Morphling finally has Yasha. And even Dust not that far away from having the Rod of Atos. And they've only lost one tower in the process. They're probably still okay for the next few minutes.
It's like they can find the gold advantage, but they can't translate it into anything. That's how I feel. Mostly because of the Tidehunter on the offlane. I think he's... I won't call him a problem, it's just the nature of the hero. He doesn't really do a lot into Timber, into Underlord. He can't make any big ganks. He can kind of stand in front, but even that isn't easy versus all the percentage-based damage.
Right now, Tier 1 Tower will fall. IG claim their first one, and they're stacking up several heroes towards middle. Looking like they want to fight to defend their own Tier 1. Timbersaw, he's going to be the one that puts his own body on the line first and foremost. Zoning back the Rex of SG. Xtreme realized that, you know what? Yeah, pushing this, like you mentioned, into Timbersaw, into Underlord, into Veno, it kind of sucks. So we can't do it heads up. Let us instead go on a smoke adventure and maybe catch out this Morphling, because they did catch a glimpse of him down bottom. Kaka knows he's here. Will Kaka be able to find him? Waveform comes too soon. He's still chasing, but I don't think he'll be able to close the gap.
Maybe someone else.
Turns around for a right click. Somebody else might get there and get caught out instead. QIQX might volunteer himself. He gets blasted off into, but now Emo, he goes back in for the fight as they come in with Dust on his Underlord. They kill off Kaka. They get the Bramble Maze out onto DY as well, and this Techie should end up falling, granting a double towards the Waterboy. And they still can go back middle to defend the Tier 1 tower. Great play coming in from IG right there.
Yep. XG, they wanted to use the vessel that they have on Batrider. So they really, really wanted to get that Morphling, but they don't have any ways of initiating. That's a huge problem. Like at the moment, what do you have? You saw what happened. They literally were just running the Morphling down until he was all the way under the Tier 1.
We need a Blink Dagger for this Batrider ASAP. It's non-negotiable. Otherwise, those kind of moves are very difficult to pull off. And you can't always rely on paparazzi to always find a slight change, right? It's not realistic.
I mean, it's not even that big of a disable at this point, right?
Not the longest stun in the world, or the longest route in the world. Mid lane. We do not have the route just yet for Underlord. It's flying in off the courier. It's QIQX will catch some damage here. He's falling fairly low. Forced to Pavis himself. Dust soaking in damage from 3 other heroes. Still alive for now, though, as JT realizes that he's doesn't really want to be a part of this fight. Commands the team to retreat. They all just leave the area.
They see Papa,
Paparazzi is still nearby, though. And they get the Pit of Malice out onto him with the Rod of Atos. And they have the damage to kill him. Papa got greedy and Papa got punished.
Well, he was farming exactly under the ward. So they knew where he was, what he was doing. The Atos is there on the Underlord. I love the build. Next stop, Pipe, which is also okay. And there's a lot of magic damage coming into them. I think the Radiance build is, you know, it's good, but perhaps not that necessary. They have the Firestorm, they have the Timbersaw. It's already a lot of damage into the illusions. The illusions which are completely, by the way, left unchecked. Naga has been farming up. She's on top of the network. She's got Manta. Orchid will be completed in a minute as well.
Or speaking of, Orchid could have been used necessarily in this mid lane. Paparazzi found a beautiful Searing Chains combo and they got the blast off and they turned that into 2 kills. Emo though shows up looking for some revenge. Will be able to take over the Ember Spirit form and secure a kill at the very least on the techies. Unfortunately though, his team will not be alive for him to help him out. So 3 heroes will fall and finally the tier 1 tower through mid.
Yeah, that was a really good fight. Good combo of blast off and Searing Chains as well. Meanwhile, I just love that JT is constantly using his creep to run around with it, give info, stack up. Look at this Hellbear, zoning out PYW.
PY dub. Gonna have a Yule Scepter not too long from now on this Dark Willow.
Look at Tomato, he's actually gonna go and farm this bottom wave. Or maybe just creep skip it, we'll see. No, like Hellbear is actually strong enough. I feel like if he wanted to micro it, he could farm this with a clap.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Alright, we're gonna see what he decides to do here. He's stacking it up, waiting for the next wave first.
Top lane
And then
though.
he's gonna bring that somewhere. Top lane in the meantime. They are going in onto Shangye, and they are gonna be able to kill him. Blast off comes in from DY, but it's not even necessary. At the same time though, Dust and the boys were thinking about revenge. Pit of Malice down on Tidehunter is a bit too beefy with this pipe.
You know what's crazy? While that was happening on top lane, he was still controlling the Tomato. He was still microing it. Like, they're going on him. He's still messing with the goddamn creep wave.
JT plays, man. We see them make a play onto Paparazzi, root him up, but Dust doesn't have his allies nearby. Or crucially, doesn't have the Timber who's inside the fountain, and Morphling just casually farming down bottom. And of course, JT still doing his thing. The Hellbear, all right, it's gonna die eventually now. There we go. But this is a mess. Who's gonna come down to collect it? It's Kaka positioned as the closest. So he's the one likeliest to finish it off, but he just used Fireflies, or maybe not.
I don't know, man. This is some Lord of the Rings army rushing down bottom of orcs. Someone needs to defend Gondor.
I've been playing the new Three Kingdoms game, the strategy game. So this feels very much like the battles I've been involved in lately. It's like, oh, we have these catapults, lots of units on the front lines. Yes, good. We like to see it.
Well, both the Batrider and Naga Siren can dispatch this orc army. So let's see. Maybe Ghost will do it. The Emo is around. He's pretty big. And they don't have the dagger on Bat just yet. So killing him, very unlikely.
DUI showed up as well, so maybe they were thinking about some kind of song combo. That ends up not happening.
Yeah, the blink was actually flying out to Kaka. If he had it before, like, then sure, like that was an opportunity because you have Orchid as well, right? But
yeah,
didn't happen.
They should be looking to try and find a fight somewhere on the map soon. They just got a BKB for the Ember Spirit, the blink you just mentioned for this Batrider, and even a 4-star for techies. And I think somebody just got a smoke. There we go. It's time, boys. Let's go on a bit of an adventure. Let's go hit up the club. See what we can find. Sadly for them though, Morphling just got a Skadi. Him and Simbasu are playing close to the Tormentor. So they just positioned really well against this. Even though the Radiant Scan did connect very slightly onto these supports, don't think IG will get caught out by this. They should be fine.
They will still try though. But if he sees anyone, I would be surprised that he doesn't go and try even go on this Timber. But instead, they're pinging out Rosh. Now, it's on IG perhaps to go in and def it. Like, they have what it takes. The Skadi has been completed on Morphling.
We'll see how fast this Roshan ends up going. There's a double damage on Ember Spirit, so that'll accelerate the process a bit. Still not the fastest in the world. However, with IG not responding, does seem they'll be able to get this. And yeah, IG is too late. So first Roshan in favor of Xtreme Gaming. Do we give it to Ember Spirit just once?
Nope. Still Ghost, even though he has Heart in like 500 gold. One thing that IG's lineup does not have is mobility, right? Like, they're super sluggish. They have this Underlord. By the time he gets to a fight, the fight is already over. Timber saw, okay, with Timber Chain, yes, but even he is queuing up a Blink Dagger on Timber. And they understand that like, initiating for them is an issue.
Kind of do have to roll as this massive ball of heroes together. Getting on top of these XG heroes, not that easy. However, you know, I think they were aware that this probably is going to be the case at this stage of the game. They were banking on the fact that it would be worth it to have shelled up enough to protect Emo's farm. And he has now caught up to the Nagasara, not Medusa. A different snake lady.
Close. Sea creatures, both of them.
By the way, speaking of sea creatures, you know Slaughter
Yeah.
has Guardian Sprint as an ability.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you, that a creature without legs has Sprint as an ability? It doesn't make sense to me. Every time I see it, I'm just so confused.
I mean, you can sprint, you can call a swim a sprint or a marathon as well, right? Like you can, if you're swimming really fast, you can call it a sprint. I guess.
That's true.
I don't know, Snare. Why do you ask me all the goddamn hardest questions in the game? Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I agree.
This is like, I signed up to cast Dota, answer questions about Dota, not all of this stuff. What's going on here?
Dire's bottom tower
As a Smoke, Firefly play, they really want to get this Blink Dagger, so last two out onto somebody. But IG have been doing a very good job of just evading them every single time they try.
Is it? Yeah, let's see. Timber still, this Tidehunter, sorry, still doesn't have Axe, just Blink, just Axe, English.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He just broke me
They're
with his
trying to
sprint.
do this.
Our fall
Mid lane, they're trying to break Emo. As he went to solo push this mid tower whilst they were all busy down bottom.
They might
And
catch
it does
him
look
still.
like he's gonna be able to get himself away here. Maybe not. They caught up to him with Paparazzi, silencing him off his ghost as well. The Ravage stalls him up too, and they should be able to finish him off. He's still alive somehow. He gets lassoed for this as well. Massive Pit of Malice
Still
coming in from
alive.
Dust onto absolutely everybody. And Emo's not freaking dead. Now here's the turnaround from IG. And as Kaka and JT die, they realize they need to get the hell out of here. But
Ghost,
Ghost,
though.
doesn't have a TP. He doesn't have a way out. He doesn't have a life. He does have an Aegis, however, so he will respawn on the spot. But I imagine that just means he'll die on the spot as well. DY thinking potentially
Never mind.
about a big blast off. He wants to go back in. Ghost is trying to hold his own. Ghost is trying to stand his ground. But the ground itself will not stand with him. As he dies, IG get 4, and the man who drew it all, Emo, is somehow still alive.
Yeah, I don't know about sprinting and stuff, but that was an amazing team fight for IG. Damn, look at the damage dealt. It's crazy. The Timber as well. Yeah, a lot of good things connected there for IG. The Lotus Orb was there in place to save the Morphling before he got lassoed. Then he managed to, obviously as well, morph into Ember, dish out a ton of damage. This Ravage maybe was a bit too soon. Perhaps he could have waited for one more hero to get out of the portal.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
In any case, fought around the portal. The sleep as well wasn't really that great because it prevented DY from dishing out any blast off stun and damage. And yeah, you cannot move fast on IG, but you also cannot die apparently. You're way too thick.
Thick with 2 Cs, of course. Bottom, maybe not QI, QX. He might still be able to die. And he will demonstrate that to us by giving up his life for the sake of academic research. Thanks, man. The rest of IG, though, stood so strong in that fight. And Emo
Has been killed.
has a BKB Skadi Manta. Even more difficult to kill after everything that went down. So if you're on the side of Xtreme Gaming here, Liz, what's the plan? Do they look like they want to just keep skirmishing and fighting right now? Is this what they need to be doing? Just trying to force fights and maybe have this Naga push in the waves in the aftermath of these engagements?
It depends on how they feel the late game goes. I feel that overall Morphling is stronger of a carry in the super late game, right? Like eventually, he is the ultimate win condition of the whole game. But you do have Ember on the other side, so I think it's on XG to make plays just because IG cannot. It's not like XG has to. They can continue farming, but IG up to this point, I feel like they had to just farm. They just couldn't do anything on the map. They're way too slow. The only way they push or force a fight is by going on an objective, forcing a rotation on them.
We might see that happening soon as we just got a Heart of Tarask picked up by this Timbersaw.
Is under attack.
So Xtreme Gaming know that they have to deal with quite a lot of heft and beef. They are getting some items to deal with that though, to help them out at least. Aghanim Scepter for Papa. That's going to make a huge difference. And once the Bloodthorn arrives from this Naga Siren, they'll definitely feel a bit better positioned to try take fights.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, I don't know how you take down the Timber. The Underlord being nearby with Fiend's Gate. Damage reduction obviously helping out quite a lot.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Let's see what they decide here. Naga
Tower is under attack.
gonna smoke up with the crew, and they're coming for a fight. You mentioned that they can force rotations on top of them. And they're doing so right now. With the stolen Naga form, using her own illusions to push.
Look at Timber, he
XG,
doesn't
can
care.
they stop this? Timber standing. What a pit of malice. Stops the entire rotation coming in and disabling the blink ravage from JT. They could still try it though. Tier 2 tower has been taken away. We do see Kaka taking way too much damage down bottom, and he will die to the Timbersaw. Will they try to take more of this fight for IG? Sadly, they are a very slow and lumbersome lineup, so not that easy for them to find an advanced catch. But they got what they wanted. They got the tier 2 and nobody died for it.
Yeah, they got bat as well. The Pit of Malice could have been... The positioning was perfect. It's just that XG pretty much evaded the majority of it. By the way, Dark Willow has Axe. We didn't really mention PY-Dub a lot. He had that Philosopher's Stone to work with. He also didn't die a lot. So, full Aghanims completed on him.
Damn.
And you have the... Yeah, never mind. I was gonna say you had Dark Willow Morphling combo, but... Yeah, not gonna happen.
My goodness, I'm so glad they took that out of the game. I was so busted.
Yeah, but right now, XG, Snare, do they have the damage? Can they do anything? Tell me.
No, they cannot. And unfortunately, the hero that they have as their win condition, this Naga Siren, it's not like she gets that damage either, right? This big burst of damage that's gonna get through all these sustain tools that IG have. Naga's just not that hero. Her damage is lumbersome and sustained throughout the fight. So IG, I think they are very comfortable knowing that the damage is not gonna come. I don't even think they need to build tank ability anymore. I think everyone should just build damage items at this point.
No, they
should be
catch
okay.
Timber. Let's see.
Who catches who here, Lizard? Do they actually want the smoke with the Timbersaw? I'm not sure. Bit of Malice onto Kaka and JT, and they get the Rod of Atos onto Kaka as well. And they're realizing that maybe actually we don't want to be here. Emo showing up as well to aid his team. Blink forward by the Timbersaw, going onto Kaka. Kaka doing his utmost to run away. But as he does, they abandon DY in the process. Song of the Siren is popped for this. DY not porting out just yet. Will die to a Shadow Realm hit coming in from PY-Dub, baby. What a play, what a player. They force out the song and they still get the kill.
Yeah, it was a nice smoke gank onto Timber. They managed to take down exactly 150 damage away from him. From that smoke in the lasso. Good stuff. I just don't see. I just don't see the way they take these fights, and I'm surprised by the smokes. Like, okay, you can smoke up, but even with the charges of Vessel, I don't think you're getting these kills. You need more. You just need more damage on your cores, and they're just not getting it. Like, the Naga now has completed a Skadi, but I'm not sure. It's great. Don't get me wrong. It's great into the Morphling. I'm still not sure it's enough. JT?
As she completes a Skadi, Emo completes a Silver Edge, and he will deploy it onto the Side Hunter. And of course, that's going to bring him super low. Fortunately for JT, he did manage to blink back just before the first silver edge hit. So that'll actually, if that doesn't happen, he dies. Because it does, he stays alive. But they might go back in for a fight. Emo still with the silver edge. DUI coming up on the high ground. He's inside a Pit of Malice. Gonna get right-clicked down by Emo, who waveforms in for this one with BKB active as well. They really want to try find some kill. They haven't found anybody yet. There's a Dark Rift that also got dropped down with this Fiend's Gate from Dust. And will they take it? Will they go home? IG can actually do whatever the hell they want. Despite failed attempts on these heroes' lives, they don't feel in a hurry to vacate the area.
Yeah. They're scanning Rosh Pit for some reason, and I guess that was maybe a Radiant scan, so Dire can go in. By the way, Snare, I finally figured out what the 0 above the Twin Gate is.
Did you? What is it?
Yeah. So I think what's happening right now is that this Twin Gate, I think it's programmed as the Underlord's portal, Fiend's Gate. It just,
so it counts down. It's supposed to elapse on the... I see.
Yeah, it's supposed to elapse on 0. So Twin Gate is basically Fiend's Gate.
I see. That makes sense. Well, we're not going to have a Fiend's Gate this fight, but we're all going to have a jump onto Timber, and Kaka almost immediately regrets it. The Lotus Orb does come out. They save the Timber and they kill off the Bat Rider. How does the rest of this fight go? Timber going in onto DY right now, looking for the techies. Dimmercape buying a little bit of time, but eventually they do get the kill. Venomancer finding some of these slows onto the cores that remain for XG, forcing the Ghost to song, but the Terrorize comes clutch from PYW, and now they stalled up Ghost with Emo's Ember Spirit form. JT forced into a Ravage, but it's not gonna help at all. They are all still gonna end up dead here, I think. JT trying to TP out, Adapter Strike cancels it, and they are gonna try kill him off onto this Tidehunter. As he dies, the Naga Siren running north. She's trying to get out of here, but she does not have any legs, so she cannot sprint. So as she dies, that's a 4-hero wipe. IG clear path to do anything on the map they want, going top for Roshan or just going through bottom to try and look for a lane of racks.
Yeah, even the Ravage, did you see that? After the Terrorize broke Sleep, Naga's song, or at least her TP with the song, the Ravage connected on 5 heroes. It still didn't matter. Paparazzi, he's gonna get caught here.
Oh my god. He has his own Searing Chains thrown in against them. He actually doesn't have mana right now. This is a very scary place to be. Fortunately for him, Emo is the only person here, so he can escape.
Yeah, Emo also didn't really have a lot of mana to work with to continue the chase. But this should be Rosh for IG. You can throw your faces at them again. DY mid.
What's gonna happen to old DY? He's fine.
Yeah, what's gonna happen to
will keep him alive.
What's gonna happen to this 5k HP Timber Saw? That's the question. Nothing. Ever. He's building up Dagons next. He's like, yeah, this game, I literally don't need a single... He could get Ags. I think Ags is also pretty good.
He could literally buy whatever he wants, so I don't think it matters. Dagon, Ags, Hex, whatever he feels like is necessary for the situation. It's gonna be very good. Emo gets an Aegis now with the cheese on this Timber. You know, I was about to be like, why give cheese to Timber or even Underlord, because these heroes don't die. You know who deserves cheese? QIQX. Give it to the Venomancer.
Yeah. He's been receiving a lot of damage this game, that's for sure. Out of 17 deaths on their team, he's got 8. So,
oof. So Naga just got a Bloodthorn for herself. That is, well, at this point, I think that's the only item you're gonna buy now. All that remains is to farm for buyback at this point.
Yeah,
and you're gonna have to go back home.
Yeah, he's even queuing up. I think he maybe tries to split push this at this point, and they try to death with everyone else. Not sure. Let's see. He can perhaps.
He is still bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, he's creep skipping mid and bottom. He wants to try and get a bit more farm, be a little bit cheeky with it.
That's gonna help buy the tier 3 tower an additional lease on life in the top lane. Pushes out with mid, pushes out bottom. But he still can't take a heads-up fight.
I still don't see it. Yeah, I still don't see it happening. They are 9k behind. It's like, but it feels like they're 30k behind just because of the nature of these heroes.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm not sure
Long
what they
gone
can
are the
build.
days where... So you can't build... No one on the... Okay. Here's the way back. Here's the way back, right? The only way back is we need to rewind the clock.
Get
Paparazzi
Rapier
need to
Embers.
channel
Yeah.
Eternal Envy. There we go. Daedalus Rapier on the Ember Spirit. That's the only way out of this malaise.
Like, honestly, I was thinking the same thing. It's not gonna happen, don't get me wrong, but it feels like the only way that they're gonna have enough damage to take down the Timber or the Underlord. Or the Morphling that has completed the Satanic, by the way, and the BKB. So, on top of that.
Well, even if they were going to go for the Rapier Daedalus route, said items will not be available right now.
Dire's courier
So
has
whatever they do next has to come from pure execution. At the very least, they do delay the Octarine from PYW, killing off his courier, but it's not going to make that much of a dent. JT jumps forward, he jumps into a Pit of Malice, immediately gets zoned back by the rest of IG, and they're still putting damage onto him as a side hunter. He's at half HP right now. Round of Atos and Malice. He needs maybe to go back to the fountain. IG have smoked up on the low ground here, leaving Emo by himself to siege these buildings, zone back the rest of Xtreme Gaming. And they're getting close to getting the racks here. What do XG want to do to try and stop this? Jump in from Shangye, forcing back DY. That'll create a window of opportunity for Emo to mop up the range racks. You still need the melee though. That's the big target here. Can they get
Look
it?
at
The
mid.
Bramble Mazes are dropped down, but mid is being completely demolished because JT is on it again with his Hammer Dom. The Wildwing Ripper, baby, saves the game potentially through this mid lane.
Yeah, JT just delaying the inevitable, really. That's how it feels. Delaying, doing JT things. He's been doing this the whole game. And you know, I've been praising the Helm of Dom as he's done a lot of stacking and stuff with it. But besides that, what did it accomplish, really? So,
Cool stuff happened. Lasso goes up onto Dust. They drag in this Underlord, but they do not have the damage to kill him. That Ravage, though, is really good. That's going to set them up. And the Terrorize comes too late. So Dust does end up dead with
Can they take down
QIQS. Emo fighting with the Satanic, standing his ground, forced to waveform back. Still has an Aegis for another 35 seconds, but Paparazzi wants to chase him. And they do get the stuns out necessary to kill off the first life of the Morphling, but it almost kills Paparazzi in the process. Survives by the skin of his teeth. Literally 100 HP. As he does die though, Dagon down by Shangyu. Emo has been left alone here. He's in between Ghost and JT, and they will not be able to kill him as he waveforms away. They popped a song from Ghost, trying to chase as much as possible. But they will not catch up to the Morphling. They do find Timber, but Timber is not easy to kill. He blinks back in, kills off Kaka. And honestly, I don't know if he dies here. 5k HP, they buy back on Batrider. He Timber chains away. Shangyu might be good. Ghost is still chasing him. But Emo right next to him with the Silver Edge. So it's not a safe chase to be making as the Naga. Eventually they give up as he crosses the river. And the fight eventually comes to an end.
yeah, PYW in the end. Also TPs from the Radiant jungle. That fight, all things said, I feel gave me at least a little bit of confidence for Xtreme Gaming. It wasn't a clean fight. It's not like they won it or anything. They won it because there was a huge dive by Dust under the tier 4s, right? But they did. It's a proof of concept. They have proven that they can kill some of these heroes, that they can actually take them down. Mostly on the back of the Bloodthorn that Ghost has.
The crazy thing for me about that fight is that somehow they still have no melee racks taken. Despite how long IG spent at the foot of their base, they defended.
It's the JT Wildwing.
Actually, you were asking just now, what impact does it have? We just got to see it.
But that's it, right? That's literally the impact that the Tidehunter had so far. I mean, the Helm of Dominator had so far. Like in
if they win this game, Lizard, and that's the play that turned the game around, I don't. I'd be so demoralized as IG.
Yeah, I would say, what's the win probability? I'd really love to see it. Like, I'll check it. The graphs, let's see.
80-20.
80-20. I feel that's solid. Maybe a bit generous, but
Dire's middle tower.
it does feel like an 80-20 game.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
We're at that point where if XG want to win, they're going to have to outmaneuver, out-strategize IG. Heads up fighting them might not work, but like you said, proof of concept was demonstrated through this mid lane. It was them defending the base though, and high ground is notoriously hard to breach. So we'll see how they fare in a more open field as IG smoke up. They want to deliver that fight towards them. And Ghost is right now in the Dire jungle, right next to the outpost. Not the safest place for this Naga to be at. She does have Song available with the BKB, but she might not die here. They break the smoke, they get the vision. Terrorize gets dodged by the Manta style. Great plays from Ghost. We'll be able to get off the Song of the Siren, TP out, and it's not going to be in jeopardy anymore.
Did you see how close he was to get caught? Hold that thought, Timber.
Kaka, I don't think Kaka has a Manta, so he won't be given as much luck, but he does have Firefly. Going on to the high ground, but he gets chased in by the Smurfling, and that's going to expose the positioning of DY as well. Yule Scepter into the air, prevents the TP out, and that ends off his life and opens up Roshan for the side of IG. Fortunately for Xtreme, the big man is not up yet.
Yeah, fortunately, he's not up. Unfortunately, he's not up only for 30 more seconds. JT has been spamming out some creep waves down bottom once again. As you can see, there's a bazillion dire creeps going down bottom.
Ooh, okay, this is going to be juicy. Here comes Paparazzi to mop this all up. Oh, he's going to connect both of those waves. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's satisfying to watch.
Yeah, I feel Ember needs to be the difference maker in these next couple of fights. He's getting closer and closer to level 25. Has a refresher orb as well queued up. Gonna have a ton of remnants to work with.
Paparazzi, once he has the full refresher, a bajillion remnants, lots of magic damage, and just more presence in these fights. He actually doesn't have a safety remnant where he's at right now. Does he have a TP though? Let's see. He's okay. He does have a TP if needed, and he has more than enough remnants to dance away from Shanya.
Yeah, I feel like this move from Timber is more or less just move away from my creep wave. Let us push in. Because Aegis is being claimed at the same time, or Roshan is being killed, that is.
So some nice goodies that they're going to get here. Refresher shard, Aegis cheese. Who do you give the shard to, actually? Whose double spells feel the best?
Not sure who takes it even. Who took it in the end? Morph? You can get the BKB twice, I guess, yeah. Aghanim Scepter as well, twice. Twice the Morph.
Twice the Morph.
Twice the Morph, yeah. Twice the waveform, you know, like 6.3 seconds cooldown, you can refresh it. 8.9k gold on him as well on this Morphling, by the way. He can just sell the boots, buy Swift Blink straight away.
Yeah. Who needs boots anymore? Once he has Swift Blink, he's still taking up this Naga form and pushing in these waves. Ember did commit the full buyout for the refresher.
Look at them.
So now we are at that point without buybacks for a lot of these heroes on XG.
I do like the minefield in the Radiant base.
Oh my god.
On top. Sadly for them, they're moving bottom.
Is this Dota or the Korean DMZ between SK and NK? My goodness. So many mines. Emo. He's on the forward lines right now, wanting to take their first lane of racks completely. Tier 3 tower falling low. Kaka looking for the last 2 jump after the Hex, but they couldn't get the full jump going. JT also wants an opportunity for a Blink Ravage. It's not coming in so far. Paparazzi trying to make that space happen, jumping in onto Venomonster, and QIQX will end up dead. DKB was committed, however. IG, let's see how much they care. They could buy back on the Veno. They could just stand here until he respawns.
It's
They have options here, Liz.
he died, but at what cost? The refresher was used. So Ember used everything he had. And right now, it's not going to be that easy to stop them. Oh, Lasso is
Oh, they
good.
get a lasso out onto the Morphling, but this hero does have an Aegis. Even if they do manage to kill him, Emo, losing his first life, will eventually get taken down. Dust and the boys are on the high ground as the tier 3 will fall. Can they protect Morphling as he comes back? With the BKB, goes in onto DY, mops him up very quickly. Song of the Siren will be utilized by Naga. Catching 4 here. JT, will he follow up with the Ravage? Yes, he does.
No.
But it's too soon. So it misses completely.
Oh, no.
JT will get killed off for this. The Dagon zaps him away. Naga Siren, she passed BKB. She did her best, but with the BKB finishing, she's gonna get hexed up and very easily killed off by the remnants of IG. Pit of Malice allows her to see some hope, get a little bit of healing from the fountain, but it might not keep her alive for this game. There's a triple kill for Shang here. They might go for the Ultra now as they look for the Naga's life. Do they get it? Give it to him. Give it to him. Oh no, Emo steals it away, but it does not matter. It's a team wipe. It's a GG call, and it's game number 3 in this major deciding game here in the China DPC. IG, show us what they're made of.
Yeah, IG, they mix things up once again in the first.